What's up, guys? It's your boy Kelvin1, and today I'm going to be doing a review on Gotham Knights. This is one of the most hyped games of 2022. Me personally, I've been waiting for this type of game for years, ever since they gave us a small little taste of the little combat simulations in the Arkham games with the different characters. I've been waiting for this game for years, but it seems like publicly and in the media, people have been really pooping on this game. Even people, like I see people in my comments, they've been shitting on the game, and it seems like more people that now that the game's been out longer like the game more. A commenter even said that he didn't like the game because of the gameplay and whatnot, and I had to ask him, what level is your Red Hood? Because he claimed to me that Red Hood's bullet damage doesn't do much, but my Red Hood 2 shots. So it seems to me like a lot of people are really letting the media sway their opinion without even playing the game, which is very important. It's important that you experience something for yourself before you let someone else tell you how it is. Yeah, you can take it with a grain of salt, but it's also important to experience things for yourself, form your own opinion. But I've played at least 40 hours of this game. My Red Hood, all my characters are max level. Everybody's up there. Here I am with this review. First things first I want to talk about is the story. I hear a lot of people say that the story is trash, but I like to disagree, honestly. I found myself going back and looking at the comics, because if you don't know, this story is based off largely from a comic back in the day about the Court of Owls. But as far as stories go, it was very interesting. A lot of mystery was involved, and just watching the characters have to develop themselves and make themselves stronger in every aspect was very fun and interesting to be along for the ride with that. Essentially, Court of Owls are like the Illuminati. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much about the story, but just know from my perspective, I really did enjoy the story. Basic premise of the story is you are essentially in charge of saving Gotham City from all the rampant crime and gangs that have popped up since Batman's death. And in the midst of trying to finish one of Batman's cases, you discover something even more sinister, the Court of Owls, which is, like I said, is basically the Illuminati, and the new mission is to find and destroy their organization, whilst also completing other side missions, fighting other iconic villains, and fighting just random gangs on the street. Alright, let's talk about gameplay. First things first, I want to get this out of the way. When you play this game, you need to play it from the perspective of this is not an Arkham game. Now, you need to play it from the perspective of this is an RPG. I'll admit, the gameplay is a little slow to begin with, but if you are patient, you put at least maybe 10 hours in, it'll start to pick up. You start to get the hang of it. Once you start unlocking new abilities, the gameplay and the combat itself really carries this game, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of things to do. You don't have to do just one thing at a time. You don't have to do the story if you want to. You can do all the side missions if you want to. Hell, you can go out and just fight crime. I mean, I found myself when I was just waiting to go somewhere, or busy, or well, not busy, or just waiting to go somewhere, just hanging out, chilling on the game with my friends, just having a conversation. I just went out and just did the random crimes, just fighting random crime. You can do these big side missions that are a little bit tougher. They're kind of like main missions, but they're side missions in a sense, if that makes sense. Like, they feel like main missions. That's one of the pluses of this game. I really like the Harley quest line and the Clayface quest line because it felt like a main story mission. But besides that, there's many things to do in the game. You got your time trials, you got your secret areas and secret caches where you can get new gear and things like that. It's actually pretty exciting and fun to go around the map and complete objectives with the singular goal of leveling up and getting better. That's why my Red Hood 2 shots, because I spent so much time in this game not just doing the main story and doing side missions, but just doing whatever it takes to level up my characters. Right now, my Nightwing has about 5,000 something power. Another thing I really enjoy about this game is the open world. Yes, we got an open world with the Arkham games, and yes, I did say not to compare it to the Arkham games, but I will say this. I understand why people compare it to the Arkham games, because it came directly after that, and the Arkham games was like peak Batman style games. Let's be real. This is different, but I really enjoyed the map as far as all the iconic boroughs run by different people, and the way this this gameplay and this map itself makes me feel like a vigilante. I can literally just jump from rooftop to rooftop, going around fighting crime, slapping people in their face, the bad guys. And I'll be real with you, I tried to see if I can mess with the civilian, and you can. They're just gonna run away though. But it's very fun, the concept of being in Gotham City and fighting crime. That's what I always wanted. The next step, I would say, is have people make their own characters. But I feel like that's a bit far down the line. I'm getting a bit off topic. We'll talk about that in another video. But as far as gameplay, I feel like the gameplay honestly really carries this game. So all those people, in my opinion, that you've seen, they said the gameplay is trash, whatever, they probably played the game for like 3 hours and then stopped. You have to put in a little bit more time to really see the beauty of this game. You're not going to be the bat god like in the Arkham games. You're going to have to spend a little time to get your skills up there, you know what I mean? And just like any other game, you have your annoying enemy types. There are some enemy types that just dodge absolutely everything. But the good news about those annoying enemy types, those very spongy enemy types, is every single character in this game has a hack for it, or a way to defeat those enemies. If I come up against one of those pesky little enemy types that always like to dodge everything, I'll just turn into Red Hood and blow her ass away. You know what I mean? If I come across a bunch of spongy, tanky bad guys, I'll use Batgirl and she would just bust their head open. If I have a whole bunch of enemies, I'll just use Robin or Nightwing, because they're good at, you know what I'm saying, fighting a lot of enemies. Red Hood is also good at crowd control, but I'm getting a bit off topic. I'll talk about the characters in another video. If you've gotten this far in this video, just know I'm not going to be sucking this game off the whole time. First things first, let's talk about the bad thing. There are a few issues with this game, such as a few glitches, such as enemies going into a meditative state, reaching enlightenment out of nowhere, a few frame drops. I haven't really experienced all of the really big bad things that people have been talking about. I only experienced a frame drop once, and that was when I was playing with another person, but that was only one time. One of my main issues was the enemies going into a meditative state and you're not getting credit for the mission. That was one of my main issues. Another issue, which was minor but not a big deal, was Jason Todd's drawstrings from his hoodie. It looks like he's trying to kill and shoot everybody, but other than that, like, there wasn't many issues. The issues that I've ran into were just like standard first day one issues. Seems like just day one issues that I feel like can easily be fixed, and I think they've been fixed as of me making this video. In conclusion, by all means, this is not a bad game at all. It may not be the best game or peak Batman game like an Arkham game, but this game is not a bad game, honestly. So my rating for this game would be a 7.5 out of 10. And I'm kind of nitpicking a little bit because of the little glitches here and there, but all in all, this is a good game. And if you don't let the media and the public sway your opinion, I'd say I recommend this game to anyone who's a Batman fan. But with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, holla at your boy. Cheer.